So in this video, we're going to look at the call stack in JavaScript. So what is the call stack? Well, in JavaScript, we have an interpreter, and this is how files are read. When the code is running, the call stack enables the JavaScript interpreter to keep track of where in the code it is and which function is currently running. So this becomes extra necessary if you have a function which calls another function. The call stack is a feature not just of JavaScript, but many other programming languages. So let's break this down some more and start by looking at what a stack is. In computer science, a stack is a basic data structure, just like when you stack up some Lego or pile up some books. The last thing put on the stack goes onto the top of the stack. It also becomes the first thing to be removed. The call stack works in the same way, so a function gets pushed onto the call stack, and later, when a value is returned from a function, it will get popped off the call stack. If we have a program with many function calls, when the program starts, then the first function, which is reached by the interpreter, is added to the call stack. The function is then run. If the function then calls another function, then this function is added to the top of the call stack. This process continues until one of the functions returns some value. When this happens, the function is removed from the call stack. The function which is currently running, or being executed, is at the top of the call stack. So let's look at an example. We'll start by declaring a variable called add1. And we'll assign to this an arrow function. This will set value as the parameter, and then we'll implicitly return the result of summing the value plus 1. Next, we'll create another variable called double value. This will take a parameter called value. We'll implicitly return the result of calling the add1 function with the value, and then multiplying this by 2. Now, we'll create another variable called makeTotal. And this will be another arrow function. This will take two parameters, a and b. We will return the result of calling double value with a and adding this to double value with b. Lastly, we'll call makeTotal, and we'll pass in the argument 10 for the parameter a and 20 for the parameter of b. Let's run this. We get 64. So let's step through how this works using the JavaScript call stack. When we call makeTotal, it gets pushed onto the call stack, as is shown here. 10 becomes the value for the parameter a, and 20 becomes the value for the parameter b. makeTotal starts by calling the function double value with the parameter a. makeTotal has not returned anything, so it remains on the call stack. And double value also gets pushed onto the call stack. The function double value calls the add1 function, passing in the value parameter, which was the parameter from the makeTotal function, so 10. The double value function has not yet returned anything, so this also remains on the call stack. The add1 function also gets added onto the call stack. The function add1 returns the total from adding 1 to the value parameter, so 10. As this function returns a value, this now gets popped off the call stack, and now we can see the current state of the call stack. Next, the function double value then takes the return value from the add1 function, so 11, and it multiplies this by 2. This value is then returned, so the double value function is popped off the call stack. The function makeTotal now moves on to calling double value with the b parameter, so 20. Double value is once again added to the call stack. The double value function goes ahead and calls the add1 function, so this is also added to the call stack. The add1 function returns the total of adding the value parameter and 1. As this function is complete and returns a value, add1 is popped off the call stack. The double value function multiplies the output of the add1 function and then also returns the value, so this is popped off the call stack. The makeTotal function then returns the total, which leaves us with an empty call stack. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe for more content.